can't wait to see what is brought out, because this is really the ultimate moment for both of these teams. Their toughest opponent so far in the matchup today.
So we have the Primo ban, which, you know, Tribe was like, we're not gonna play. No Primo and no Gene. That makes sense to me. You're making the Surge face, aren't you? Because I made the Surge face too.
Yeah, Surge Protector. Yeah, that is a, if I've seen a juicy ban before, it is that. Yeah. Did we get like I mean, I know like Time Traveler Colette is coming out, right? But I didn't expect to be time traveled back to a year ago, right? When we see the Surge getting banned every single time, right? When he's just absolutely insane. What is going on? I don't really see a single one where Surge is really like a mainstay, maybe with the exception of Triple Dribble.
Like that. Yeah, I was looking at that maybe, but the others aren't really Surge maps. I mean, Tribe Gaming, sure, they've got a good Surge, but that's not the character that like comes to mind when I think these guys, and that's what I expected to see. If we look at any of these other, you see a massive lean on the side of Tribe. I still did expect a little bit on the side of Tribe, but 55-45, I told you, these stamina guys have a lot of fans out there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the Tribe influence is definitely like really, really widespread, and you know, is not just in Brawl Stars, right? It's like in so many different games.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it seems that, you know, like at least in Brawl Stars, right, a lot of fans of the boys on STMN, right, on both sides, some real fan favorites, and you know, it's gonna be really happy or really sad, right, for opposing sides, no matter how it turns out, right? It is going to be so exciting. The stakes are high as well. Such a heated match that I have hopes for, and I mean, the fans absolutely know that very well.
Yeah, I mean, this one's for almost all the marbles, right? Like we said, there's a lot of point implications here with respect to stamina trying to step forward and do their thing. Tribe, of course, just wants to keep on keeping on, you know. 4 to 5 looks pretty good, especially with the one you drop, you know. So like, I'm absolutely expecting both of these teams to kind of come out swinging, and that's what we're going to see here. Bobby on the thrower, we've got Zara on the stew, and then Bell of the ball in the left lane versus the mirror from Zulon. So an interesting little combination here. I'm looking at Zar. What's his role here?
Well, I mean, Stu is a really good pick, maybe to deal with some tanks, because Zara is able to stay out of range of tanks and get consistent damage, just zoom around, also get the gas heal rolling. I love, though, how Zara was able to get rid of Corey's super and use it to blow up that wall. That's going to be... What was that? Amazing synergy from STMN. Zara just getting the kills in the right lane. And we saw Bobby and OG on the left also picking up that ball to pass it over. Amazing way to start off this game for STMN. Tribe, though, definitely pushing up here as Tyrant looks for the burst damage on Zara, though Bobby is not going to let it be an easy fight for Tyrant. They're going actually for the 2v1, pretty much completely ignoring Corey if they can, right? Because Corey, he's just going for control. He's there to accent his teammates. And Bobby can kind of afford to ignore him and just go for an optimal 2v1 situation where, you know, mathematically they should win.
Well said. Yeah, the accent, you know, when you're tossing out mines like that, you're looking to like pepper the field and just sort of do that sort of look. Barley chased back into the net. Zara's going to step forward, take care of the ball carrier. And Tribe has to watch out. They might step a little too far and find themselves getting into trouble here.
Yeah, had that been like a barely differently passed ball, I think it could have gone in the goal past Zar. Though, here comes STMN, right? They see that 40-second mark pass, and they say, you know what, let's just play defense. We'll corner the ball, and we'll just, and you know, this is like the safe option, right? They're pushed all the way back here, and it's just not looking realistic for them to make it all the way to the enemy side while keeping control. They're 2v3 here, outgunned, and Tyrant does manage to trip that bear trap, and now he's going to go for the ball. Bobby really trying to stuff him in here. Here comes Zar, though. He does get slept. Zulon with the kill as well, but Bobby lays down the control around the ball. It's all about keeping the control. Zulon goes down. Corey might be able to get it. No, there's just not enough time. There's not enough health, and that's going to be STMN taking game number 1.
really, really well played there, coming out there from STMN. When it came down to the idea to castle and just turtle with the ball in the corner, we saw some good play from Barley. And what I like about this stamina team, that I've always liked about this stamina team, it's also how they took this goal. Again, look at this. This push up from OG is communicated to Zar. Zar goes all in. The pass is in the air before Zar gets the kill, and there's trust in the teammate to confirm the kill, for the pass to work out, for the goal to be scored. That trust in the teammate, we saw the same thing there on the defensive end when Barley goes all in. He knows he's going to die, and then Zar can kind of come in and take over. That's what makes Stamina such a strong team, is their synergy is there, and that is how they win games.
Yeah, and, you know, Bobby, OG, they've been together for a long time as teammates, right, playing on the same roster for a long time, so they absolutely have that center. Yeah, just years and years and years. And then, you know, you have Zara, right, coming in as well, you know, a newer addition to the team, but still, you know, working into that that synergy that Bobby and OG already have, kind of acting as a mediator sometimes, right? And then we take a look at Tribe, right, and they also have this good synergy. They've been playing together for a long time. They have this trust in each other as well. So really, we're looking at two top teams that have invested a lot of time and a lot of effort into building that synergy, building that trust, and coming together to create something that's more than some of its parts.
Well, we got the Poco on the field this time around, Stu, and well, everybody's dead, so I can't tell you who the third one is. Oh, it's Mortis! Of course, it's Bobby on Mortis, and of course, Tribe just walks past him and gets goal number one. Oof. A real quick team wipe from Tribe Gaming. This Tyrant is a little kind of mad. Bobby goes deep. Corey smacks him. Tyrant's still here. Ball hits the post. Kicked out to the side. And so this has been all Tribe. I mean, this one goes up to 11.
Yeah, and the thing is, if there were like more than 2 goals in Brawl Ball, I think STMN Esports would be able to wind up winning this one, right? Because the gadgets from Corey and Tyrant have been protecting them from Bobby for so long, right? We see it, the friend zoner, we see it, the last hurrah popped whenever Bobby tries to go for something. Zulon, though, is going to try and get the kill on Bobby. He has that damage amplifier hanging over his head, and he is going to take some massive damage. Here comes the gadget from Corey, and the ball makes it all the way across the field. Just a smidge of difference, and it could have been a goal. Zulon, though, might actually be able to put this one in the goal. Is he going to be able to? No, fumbles the ball, and Bobby's going to pick up the control here in 2 kills.
And that's going to set things up for STMN. Right lane is where Zar's walking it down. OG picks it up, passes down to Bobby in the mid, but players are respawning, so we're just going to get a reset. Tribe Gaming still with the lead. 50 seconds on the clock, and Stamina has to fall back to play defense.
OG, though, is ready with this super. Going to be able to push Bobby up here. Tyrant goes down. No friend zoners left, though. It is a 2v2. Corey's trying to get control over this ball. He's going to be laying it down those mini mines to protect it. Really, that's what Tick is good for, right? Laying down the control around a specific objective. But OG's still going to be able to grab it. Bobby as well has his ball. Here comes the dribble. What did I just watch? What on earth? Bobby puts it in the goal to tie things up.
Incredible. That is perfect use of literally everything. Dashing forward with the attack, using the super to find the shot with the fire on it. Perfectly placed through the defender's legs in traffic. Overtime is going to be slanted in Tribe's direction, though. 1 player alive, make it none. And it's 2-1. Tribe Gaming take the first game. Oh man. If this is how this whole match is going to go, I'm here. Let's roll, baby.
That is absolutely the greatest play that I've ever seen in all of my history casting Brawl Stars. Look at Bobby. Oh my god.
Dude, that's a nutmeg. How? Right through the legs, like 2. That's insane.
How? And we see Bobby and Zara trying so hard. And Zara, you know, did really give him a run for their money. But, I mean, when you're facing the 1v3 situation, right, there's really only so much that you can do. Take a look at Tyrant, though. He was playing imps and doing really well, even despite running out of friend zoners there towards the end. Tyrant was getting such great control towards the beginning and was able to pretty much just walk it in for that first goal, right? And this is what I was saying, is if we had like more than 2 goals that could be scored per team, then it would definitely be like, it would definitely be an STMN win right there, because in the absence of the gadgets, they absolutely counter the heck out of those guys.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know, if it was just such a like onslaught at the beginning. I think that STMN was almost like caught off, like, why you guys going that hard at 8 in the morning? Like, calm down. We just started. Is there some sort of ramp up? And Tribe was like, no, there is no ramp up. We just win. And Stamina's got to deal with that going forward. I'm surprised that they were able to counterattack as successfully as they did. Man, I'm still thinking about that shot. You know, the hitboxes are like, your character kind of like grabs it. That was if that ball was like placed a centimeter or millimeter to the left or right, you know, like.
Yeah, we need the mathematicians. That's what we needed the entire time. We at the beginning of this match to see how points were going to turn out in the region. Now we need it again. Corey's going to go for this goal.
Everyone's dead.
Oh my gosh!
Everyone's
responding just in time to recover it. What? He tossed it behind himself to score in the goal after he died, but it wasn't going to go in. Zar picking up the defense, and STMN and Tribe is still in deadlock.
Literally everyone died. If that's not a like microcosm of this matchup, like all in, here we go, and then just like, well, there's no one left. So yeah, I think this really is, you know, Battle of the Titans here. We are on set point, and the ball is stuck in midfield. Tyron with some good positioning. Zar trying to play around this set of boxes, and Ems is real annoying when it comes to that. The dash out of Corey. Ooh. And Zar gets in and can't get out.
Well, I mean, he got out, but it's going to send him back to spawn. And I think I love to see actually the use of the first star power from Stu, because, you know, I think a lot of people badmouth it, but look how useful it is for just getting in and out versus Tick right here. Zar just going straight for Corey. Tyrant, though, trying to be like a sort of a personal bodyguard. Here comes the super from Corey, and the head jumping in, forcing some shots from Zar, and, you know, not letting him heal up. He's still kind of low on health and might even get taken out by Zulon if he's not careful enough. Also, look at the damage amplifier over OG. Tyrant's going to try and pick up a one-shot or something, some sort of kill over here. Zar with kill on the Tyrant, and STMN Esports going to be pushing up here. We might see Zar pick up the skill. No, actually.
Nice try, Zulon. One step better. Zulon's used to that sort of thing. Tyrant, though, going to pick up the ball. OG gets the kill. Tyrant responds, but nobody's really strong enough to make a move off of that one. Zar dashing forward, and we're going to see an overtime here, no question about it.
Yeah, the question is, who is going to be favored more by those walls breaking down? We see the Tick on both sides of the arena. Tyrant might be able to make more use of this. Let's see how things pan out. Here comes the Tick Super. Zar getting loads of damage. Here comes the pass to OG. Is he going to use? No, he passes to Bobby, and Bobby's able to walk it in. That's going to be STMN taking this set.
They're in...
So you just turned into Tick for a moment there, but I get it, man.
I mean, that one was real fun, because I was about to say the two throwers inevitably with an open field are on the bad side, right? You can just sort of rush them down unless the team pushes the enemy squad into the corner, which is exactly what STMN did. You see here, this is the only good scenario to have two throwers on your team. You shove them into the corner like a locker, and you bully the enemy down with your just denial. And that was just, yeah, man, that's Brawl Ball, baby. Shout out to Zar repping Mexico here for the team.
For real, and this is actually probably who I would have chosen personally as my MVP for that last game, because Zar on the Stu, he's using the long dash, right? He's using the first star power, and a lot of people, as I said, they kind of badmouth it, but it was so useful in that situation. Look at the KDR as well, 2.7 average kills and 4.0 average deaths. Stu, he's a crash test dummy, right? He's meant to be disassembled. He's meant to be broken, right? Meant to be destroyed. the thing is, when is he going to come in handy, right? And it's those last moments right there where he's able to get the ball, pass it out of the corner, and be of good assistance to his team. We're heading into Canal Grand pretty soon.
Grande?
Grande, sorry.
Oh wait, is there a we saw the dinosaur, and I think I see another dinosaur. Yeah,
yes,
there he is. That's my new favorite. My friendship broken up with Snake, now best friends with this guy. But lifeguard's pretty cool. I want to bring it back to what you said about the star power though, which I think is very, very neat. As we've seen Brawl Stars get deeper and deeper of a game and get more complex and intricate, things stop becoming good versus bad. There will still sometimes be choices of like, this one is better than that one, but more often as we see more gadgets and star powers introduced, they're going to be situational, they're going to be niche, they're going to be specific, and that's exactly what we see here. You know what, the longer dash is usually worse than the other option, but in this matchup, in this game mode for this team, that was exactly what they needed in order to take the dub. And so real cool to see players kind of thinking outside of the box, and instead of like just going with whatever's popular, going with what they know is going to be good for the moment at hand. And so just like that, it's a 1-0. And we're going to move on to, all right, fine, Canal Grand. And we'll see how these guys go. Remember that we have a banned Surge, so he won't be able to jump around anywhere. I just wanted to say that Surge is banned, so. It's still such a weird ban for me, but okay.
It is a strange one, right? It definitely psychs me out a little bit. Here we see Zara picking up the Brock, and that's pretty much what we saw, right? Zara, he played something interesting in set number 1, and once again, he's playing something that we thought maybe was unconventional, but maybe this is what Zulon was sitting on and had in his back pocket. We saw that explosion there. Zulon going for the rocket fuel, but Tyrant still manages to secure that kill. Perhaps it's to open things up for Bobby, though didn't get a huge wall break. Zara's still going to try and break things open on the right side because it's all about getting Bobby that little bit of control, that little bit of wall break that needs to get some kills, but still it's going to be Tribe Gaming in A, keeping the lead.
Yeah, I think you nailed it on the head. I think that, letting Bobby play Piper and removing obstructions for Bobby's Piper is usually a good plan. I say usually because, Zulon and Tyrant are also matching the 2 sharpshooter right lane with a 2 sharpshooter right lane, and Bobby's getting punished. The Bell is real strong here. Zulon's killing it as well. And so, okay. It seems to be a double-edged blade. At the moment, 14 stars for Tribe Gaming. 7 now after Zar gets a kill, but it's been largely Tribe up and down.
Yeah, Tribe still ahead by 2 stars, but what kind of margin is that? Zar was, oh my gosh, he's in the Matrix. He can't be touched. He still can't be touched. Here comes the Tick Super going for Zulon. It went all the way from the opposite side of the map. It went all the way across that bridge, across the canal, and it's going to net STMN the lead here. 20 stars versus 14, and they have a lot of room to back up here, F-Dot.
That last shot from Bobby to nail that kill from across the map, taking it from a tie. They had the boost star shot to 20-14. That might be the dagger. They get 1 and then some. Bite back from Tribe Gaming still won't be enough. Just, again, this is, again, what we asked for and what we are receiving. Overwhelming lead for Tribe Gaming, destroyed by 1 or 2 fantastic plays by STMN, and then at the last moment, Tribe just this close away from winning it. Like, I'm here.
I just couldn't stop watching Zar. Look at him. He just look at him go. He can't be touched. Look at him. And then here comes the snowman head from the opposite side of the map. Goodbye, Zulon.
See ya.
What?
Check this. Right here. Bobby onto Tyrant. And then Tyrant responds. And they get 22 right against 24. And that's, again, smart play here from the rest of Stamina falling back. Because one errant shot, one random kill winds up putting the game in the other team's favor. So by falling all the way back and just trusting one player, all right, Bobby, you got to get the last one. Even if you die, we're still good because we've done the math on the fly. That's the sort of thing that, again, makes good teams great teams. So
Doing the math on the fly, Zar like calculating the trajectories. He's like handling the protractor at light speed. Yeah, here comes the chalkboard, whiteboard over here, right? Masterfully doing the calculations where we just cannot be touched. That is just so insane to behold. Zar really been clutching up for the entire match so far. But see, the thing is, you can only clutch up so much, and you're gonna have to, right? You're gonna have to like work as an entire team as well to maintain that lead. So we'll see what STMN is able to muster this time. They're staying on the same comp, and STMN Esports also staying on the same comp. They're not switching onto any sort of hyper action. Let's see what sort of game this creates for us this time with STMN taking that early lead.
I love it. I love it. Listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And sometimes just because it didn't work out once doesn't mean it's broke. I think both teams have the correct composition here, you know, as correct as you can get, right? But like, yeah, just if I'm Tribe, if I'm coaching Tribe, my response is play a little better. Like, you played just as well as the team that won. You didn't get overwhelmingly destroyed. And so Tribe Gaming trying to do just that, but Stamina has the upper hand this time around. But again, remember how game one started? It was 14-3 for the majority of the match.
Yep, and well, maybe this is when we start to see the reversal. Tribe Gaming starting to kind of pick apart STMN here on the right lane, but Zar firing back, securing this 13-6 lead. Zulon also avoiding a lot of damage here. Zar being forced to retreat. Here comes the super as well from Corey. No damage inflicted upon Bobby or Zar though. Zulon now looking to deal some damage versus Zar. We're just going to have to come in and go for the pinch, but Zar is able to escape by just a little bit. Tyrant, though, still locking down the left side of the map. Typically on Canal Grand, you don't want to be backed up like STMN, and with the clock ticking down, STMN, they either got to have a spectacular and consistent defense, or they need to start turning this into an offense.
Well, a little bit of a back off from Tribe Gaming allows Stamina to build up some of their HP. 9 seconds on the clock, 13-9. STMN gets taken down, but there's a trade out. Bobby gets the kill, and so it's 15-12, and that's it. STMN 2-0 big picture as they 2-0 Tribe Gaming in a bounty, and Tribe Gaming has only lost once in the finals.
And it was versus IX as well, and they've been knocked out of the equation. So this is absolutely crazy. What on earth are we gonna see in our upcoming games in set number 3, 4, 5? Are we gonna make it there? I was really hoping for all 5 sets to be played, but at this point, it looks like, you know, STMN, they can close things out pretty quickly. They don't want to go to set 5. Tribe Gaming, they gotta pull out some big guns or something, because STMN, they are absolutely on fire today, and they are not showing any signs of slowing down.
Like I said, this is, again, there's the Matrix play where Zar just perfect positioning, prediction, and another P word. I don't have one. He just looked real good. Like, that was fantastic stuff coming out from Zar individually in this one. You know, at the end of the day, when you have Bobby on Piper and Bounty, you have a chance to win the game, and you have a high chance to win the game. I fiercely, like, call me a fanboy or whatnot, I just think Bobby on a sharpshooter is disgusting, and the rest of, you know, you let OG stand there and help him out. So this wasn't really surprising. We saw Zar kind of run things in set number 1. Bobby, Zar kind of run things here in set number 2. The sharpshooters reign supreme. And as we go into set number 3, this is, I mean, obviously this is where we need to see Tribe win. Otherwise, it's all over. But here's the thing. I mean, Siege is a mode that the Stamina guys are good at, right? They have their own sort of strategies. And so I look at Factory Rush, and I mean, this is where I think the teams are the most even. And with the way Stamina has been playing today, with the early knockout of IX, I said that there was some sort of, like, you know, oh, that always makes me feel sad. Even though I have new friends, I'm still sad. But there's something, you know, juiced up here. As soon as they saw IX go down, they knew that this was their chance. And so when you're playing against a team that has that sort of, if we say momentum is real, this feeling in the air has to be real as well. And so I think Tribe has their work cut out for them. And before I guaranteed we wouldn't have a 3-0,
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, we're heading into Factory Rush pretty soon, right? It's a long-range map. We're gonna have to see, you know, some sort of positioning, right, with Piper. Maybe a little bit of, you know, preparation as far as the Piper.
Stew?
Yeah, I think so too. I'm trying to think of P words. You gave me a long time to think of P words. So maybe a little bit of perfectly positioned Piper precision, and then
Bars.
yeah.
Bars.
Well, I do everything. I do everything. I do birthday parties and bar mitzvahs. Call me, and I do all sorts of entertainment. Let's see what Tribe Gaming and STMN Esports is bringing out this time. They are bringing out 2 Stews and 2 Bells. Do we see the second Piper? Is this the mirror matchup?
No, it's Amber. It's
gosh.
Bobby's Amber.
It's the Piper counter.
Yeah, which I'm surprised to see Bobby stepping into it, but Bobby generally tends to be, Teddy said, you know, more of the versatile player. First Siege bot goes to Tribe Gaming, and they'll be able to grab about 15%, 12 to be precise. But Corey with an aggressive placement here, taken down no problem.
Yep. Tribe Gaming now trying to push up towards mid. Factory Rush, it is so important to have control of mid, but it's almost more important to have control of those lanes since that's where the majority of the bolts spawn. And it looks like so far it's basically a deadlock. It's going to be a siege,
Nice.
tie for our second bot. And it all comes down to our final push. Bobby over here with the super to get a little bit of control versus Tyrant,
Nice
but he
kill.
just can't. Yeah, I wonder if Bobby's like trying to set a record for the most fire fuel laid down on the map at once, because he does have this entire right lane completely doused. And STMN still with the lead in bolts, as left lane has been pretty much under their control the whole time.
Really good control. There it is. Tribe Gaming is just stepping on Bobby. This Amber, like you said, the Piper counter, perhaps a good idea in theory on the notebook. Yeah, sad face Bobby. He has not been able to get anything done this time around. I mean, you noted how much he painted the ground. He lit it up and didn't do anything with it. So rough, as a dog would say. 16 level siege bot here for Tribe Gaming. Is this it?
Well, we do see the damage amplifier coming in, but it just doesn't look like there's enough firepower from STMN to prevent it from getting in. And even then, they would have had to get some damage on Tribe's Ike. It is a done deal. STMN Esports, they're not going to take this win this time. We're not seeing a lightning fast win. Tribe Gaming, they are beginning the reverse sweep if we are going to see one.
Very excited to see Tribe kind of take this one. Like I said, this was the closest one. I thought that maybe we could have seen the 3-0, but with the way that one went, I think that there's a good chance Tribe Gaming follows this one up and we go to Heist.
Yeah, another thing to note is that, you know, Tribe, they're really strong on Siege in particular. And we also just didn't see that pretty, honestly, brave Amber pick work out. I think Amber we saw for the Piper counter, because Amber does tend to counter Piper pretty hard, right? She has, you know, pretty long range, and she can keep those projectiles out there for a while. They're slow, and they travel a long distance. They last for a long time. It wasn't enough to deal with Zulon, and then we saw the attempt at switching onto the lane versus OG, and it just didn't work. Tyrant, though, picked up most of the bolts compared to OG. Really what was important is that OG kept Bobby at bay and kept him away from Zulon.
Yeah, that was really the key here. I also just saw just raw brawling come out from Tribe. Like, everyone hit their shots, everyone dodged the opponent. Like, this was, they just didn't let themselves get beat. I think, and I like this change, I think having Bobby on the I don't know, on the Amber and not the sharpshooter, that was I didn't like that. Give Bobby the Piper or the Brock, or just give him the sharpshooter and let the other players, Czar and OG, assist in the other ways. And I think that's when STMN is most successful. They opt to do that, and right away they take the first siege spot.
Yep, we see Bobby on the Piper, Czar on the Stew, and OG on the Bell. These are all brawlers that they are very comfortable on. And when they've been put in a tough situation, this is exactly what you want to do, is switch on to brawlers that you're comfortable on, especially when they are like really meta. on this map in particular. The damage amplifier hits Corey, and OG and Bobby are probably going to be going for this pinch on Corey. Ooh, just another hit, and OG takes down Corey. STMN Esports, after that first bot, they have complete control of mid. We just got to see how they handle this going into the third bot, because Tribe Gaming, they have managed to take back mid in really explosive fashion in the past. We could see it again, and it's really going to be their only hope of taking this game.
30% already down. Corey takes down OG, but Bobby responds by taking out 1 and 2. The double un for Bobby. And the triple kill. The doors are open. The bot falls down, but damage has been done. 76% eaten by STMN. And only a 3-1 lead here for Tribe Gaming.
Oof, Bobby doesn't get taken down. 49 health remaining, and he's still going. He's still kicking, going for some shots on Corey, Zulon, or Tyrant. Who is it gonna be? OG's able to pick up this bolt, though. We gotta see STMN tied up, but it looks like actually Tribe Gaming will be taking this last siege. STMN, they have the damage amplifier ready to go. Zulon also slowed down. Here comes the true test. Tribe, they're just one good push away from taking this into set number 4, but it's just too strong. The damage amplifier prevents all damage from hitting that safe, and Zulon, he can't even touch it. The Protesto as well, and gets hit with the 1000 damage as he tumbles to the ground. STMN taking this one to match point.
And doing so in emphatic fashion. I mean, that was a dominant game. And again, listen, there's no world that I know this game better than the guys that are playing literally in the grand finals. But, I mean, yes, that's your composition, boys. Bobby on a sharpshooter, Zara on the stew, and OG on literally whatever else you need. Like, that's... Putting Bobby on the Amber, again, I don't know the playbook, I'm not in their comms, but they had Bobby on the Amber and someone else on the sharpshooter, and just, I think that's wrong. And if we look at game 1 to game 2, I'm just saying. And so if you just stick to your guns, guys, Tribe Gaming are going to have a hard time bringing this one to a set 4. And I will be honest, I will be here. I am rooting for Tribe Gaming because I want to see more games. But if Stamina wins, I'm not wearing a hat, but you should take your hat off to them because the play has been insane. Like,
yeah, I mean, not everyone can take first place, right? I wish they could, because I love all these teams. I'm in NA, right? All I want is for NA to have the best possible teams heading off to Worlds. I want to see the NA representation at Worlds, and it's got to be the best players. And when I see this kind of competition, I love that the teams are pressuring each other to become better and better and better at the game. It's why I love this region so much, and it's why I'm usually rooting for my favorite teams to go down, because I want to see them improve. I want to see them go back to the drawing board and improve. Let's see what Tribe has to say to STMN this time. They are bringing out the Bell, they're bringing out the Piper. Zulon once again, Corey on the Bell on the right lane. OG, though, picking up things on the left lane. Already a good start for Tribe with the level 2 siege bot and the control of mid.
Same composition from game 1 for the red team, like that call. The bot, halfway dead. Nobody's even looked at the Ike. And that'll do it. So the first siege bot goes the way of Tribe, but nobody knows it. Stamina has a 1-bolt lead.
Oof.
Zulon, nice shot, man. And Corey just following up here. Zar barely alive, and because of that, there's no chance of STMN getting any bolts this time around. And this one should be a little bit more effective, I think.
Yeah, we've already seen how the Piper 1v1 can work out when you're powered up by Ruffs. It was crucial for Tyrant to pick up that first power-up and hand it straight off to Zulon. Bobby's going to be operating at a disadvantage here. OG really trying to get up here, but he gets fired down upon by Tyrant, Zulon, and Corey all at once. The level 8 siege bot comes in. STMN, they're going to have a really tough retake ahead of them. Corey and Zulon just barely inching in here. They're not going to be able to take out the Ike, and it all comes down to the final siege. Tribe, they're ahead by 2 bolts, and STMN got control on this final siege. It's all about the retake here.
Well, Zar and Bobby are able to combine for 2 real quick. Bobby falls down, but that's besides the point. 2 to 5. 13 seconds left. Zara will pick up 1 here and make it 4 to 7. But with the left lane locked down, even if OG stays alive and grabs this, S1 again going to Tribe Gaming. That's it.
Yep, that is set number 3 already out of the way. I think really what happened here is we see the Ruffs pick from the Tribe, and that is just given such a hard time to Bobby, who is really one of the power players on the enemy team here. STMN, they are going to be taken down in yet another close set. It went 2-1 in favor of Tribe, and we're going to be heading into set number 4. Let's get a replay real quick, though. I mean, of this game, the level 8 Siege bot heading in, Zulon, Tyrant, Corey, all just completely piling onto that safe. This is where it pretty much ended, right? After STMN Esports, they were down so much, and they just weren't able to retake.
Yeah, you know, the crucial wall break, of course, needs to be mentioned. Letting the bot just walk down Main Street, really, really big deal there coming out from Tribe Gaming, you know, nailing the fundamentals. So STMN, and you mentioned it in your Bobby being the power player, Tribe Gaming intentionally locked him down. They targeted Bobby and said, all right, dude, nah. Like, you beat us in Bounty, you beat us in the last one, just nah. You're not allowed to do that again. And you can see, 2 kills, 5 deaths, these are not the stats we normally see out of the Piper player on Stamina. And it's because, again, a concerted effort to shut Bobby down in this game and bring us to a 4th set.
Yeah, that, and I believe, the Ruffs also really gave Zar a tough time on the stew, just soaking up loads of damage. And, Ruffs, not just with the sandbags, right, but also with just your main attack, being able to bounce it around the walls, get that ricochet, it is tough for Stu to deal with. And typically we would see, STMN, they're pressuring people, and that's gonna, make them run a more predictable pass for Bobby to pick up some snipes. But that didn't happen, right? Because they weren't able to win those lanes to begin with. We're heading into safe zone, and once again, guess what? It's a sniper battle, and we're gonna see Zar bring out the Brock, no question. And Bobby also probably on the Piper. Is this when we see a friend? I think I see that horse in the background.
Yeah, the little horsey guy. I like there's a robot we see the back of who's got a cowboy hat and 2 boxing gloves. So I'm a big fan of the boxing robot. But safe zone here for Heist. Like you said, I predict we'll see maybe a Brock from Zar, the Piper from Bobby, and then where you go, Colette. Right? Colette's always an option here when it comes down to Heist, being able to just zoom and boom. On the other side, a couple more questions for me. And so we've got the bell of the ball on OG, Bobby on the sharpshooter, and 3 snipers. All right. This is real. 3 snipers versus 3 snipers? Okay. Who shoots better? The rule of the game is don't get hit. Let's go.
Pretty much. Safe zone, but it looks everything but safe. Zulon is going to be trying to push up mid. It is, Zulon on the Piper and Tyrant picking up the Brock. This is everyone playing exactly who we've seen them play for the entire time. So the question is, who has the better mechanics, right? Who has that better muscle memory and can win these 1v1s? Zulon taking some significant damage, and here comes potentially a super from Zar. He doesn't need to back up, so he doesn't get hit too badly by Corey. Perhaps the kill, but Corey just powers on through. Zar doesn't want to risk this. He get taken down by Corey if he gets too aggressive. Here comes potentially a kill and the bear trap to slow him down, but Zar with a kill, and he's going to be getting rid of that bear trap as well. 2-tapped by Zulon. Thanks a lot, Corey, for slowing him down, says Zulon. And Tribe Gaming, with just a little bit of damage on their safe, is barely behind.
I think that might be the way these games are won. Ready? I think we might see these games won by just a little bit of damage, and the majority of the fighting being done in the mid lane or the midfield for a little bit of entryway, and then 1 or 2 shots on the box. That's really, what we're going to be looking at here. That said, Stamina with a nice double kill opens up 2 doors, and they're able to take it down to 67% so far. Still untouched on the red side of the map.
Yep, STMN Esports, they got to keep a good defense, and they also have these bushes that they can hide in. I don't know if we're going to see ambush or snappy sniping coming out from either of these Pipers, but one thing is for sure, and that is that Bobby needs to defend against all three of these guys. Otherwise, they will get taken down. Loads of damage rolling in on the safe, and the gap is closing. STMN Esports now behind. OG and Zar need to turn this into an offense. Zulon, though, won't back off. Zar is going to be the saving grace if he can get damage on that safe, but he just can't. It doesn't seem. Bobby doesn't have any homemade recipes left, and he's zoned out by the incendiary. Here comes OG trying to get damage on the safe, and it's getting so close, a 3% difference. But it is going to be going to Tribe.
Oh, man. That one was real rough. Zar in the right lane uses the super to take care of the enemy, which if he didn't, they still stay alive. But because he doesn't have the super, he can't Hail Mary the last damage onto the enemy safe. And so just a screwed if you do, screwed if you don't type situation for the Brock player on stamina here, but a great counter punch. We talked about this one going to be a game of inches and small doors being opened, and yeah, Tyrant Star and the boys opened this one up real heavily, and we're able to just get it done here in the later stages of this one.
Yeah, I mean, what we've seen from Zar before is that, you know, he's really good at getting those kills on Brock. We saw it on Bounty, on Canal Grande, or Canal Grande, whatever you want to call it. But now it's not about getting kills, it's about getting damage on the safe. And you know, the comparison between Tyrant and Zar, right, goes to show that Tyrant's, he's getting more damage on the safe. He's playing the objective. That's what wins you the game. Look at how the scales have kind of tipped a little bit. We had some believers in Tribe, right? It was 55% to 45, and then it became 54% to 46, and now it is barely tipped in STMN's favor. Let's see if they can bring it back. Tribe, they're leading by 1 game here. It's looking pretty possible to head into a set number 5.
It really is. It really is, and that doesn't really surprise me whatsoever. That's much. We sat here on what I think almost tournament point going, I didn't predict the 3-0, but, you know, maybe. And this is much more what we predicted. You know, 2 top teams getting real close to each other and just trading blows. One more time, STMN and 5% damage off the top after a single kill and able to sneak on in there. So we'll see how this one progresses, but the slight lead to the red team.
Yep, STMN now pushing in with a couple of crucial kills. Bobby, wow, narrowly avoids that damage from Tyrant, and loads of damage. The super on the safe as well. Zar has no problem with using that super to get safe damage, even though it doesn't get like a whole lot compared to, you know, what it could do against an enemy. There are not going to be too many opportunities to contact that safe, and you just got to make do with what you have. Zulon, though, with the wall break, and this is going to make it much easier for him versus Zar. But down goes Corey, and now it's a 1v1 all over again.
Yeah, like I said earlier in game number 1, this is going to be a game about small windows of opportunity and making the best use of them possible. Tyrant gets the window on the left side, but unfortunately is so low he can't push up and deal the damage. Zulon can, and so he gets 2 or 3 shots off, and that's it. So you've got 18% done. So when you do have the opening, if you got the super, throw it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you just got to launch everything you got, because you don't know how many times you're going to be given the opportunity to actually walk on in there. Corey taking big advantage of Bobby being so low, and Bobby finally has to step up, loses the duel, and that's a big play from OG to answer back, taking down Corey. Ooh. And Tyrant with the juke boot.
Oh my gosh, he just can't be touched right here. Tyrant now backing up. He's got to go for loads of damage. STMN Esports, they are down by just 1%. Any amount of damage would make the difference. Zar gets the kill. Corey with the kill as well. OG can't get close enough. A 1% game, or at least a 4% game. It's going to be Tribe taking the win here. And we are heading into set number 5. Even though we were on the match point just moments ago, it's still, once again, gonna be a 3-2 game.
That's the one. That's the one. If Stamina loses today, they look back at that one and they go, we messed that up in the last seconds. I think there was I think they could have fallen back and maybe protected themselves there. It looked like they got a little over aggressive towards the end. I'll have to take a second look to really like kind of, you know, sign my name on the dotted line for that take. But it, you know, right here where Zar just gets taken out, you know, I think they were looking for some extra damage. I think they were just looking for some extra damage.
Yeah.
That they didn't necessarily need to grab. 1% is enough to win the game.
Yeah, look at the stat comparison between these two. Corey picking up more damage. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? Is getting more damage. Also getting more kills as well. So that's very important for getting control for your teammates and yourself, right? Opening up opportunities to get control on the safe. This is pretty much how I was anticipating it to work out, though, because in the past, right, when we talk about Worlds last year in 2020, Tribe headed to Worlds instead of this STMN roster because of a very close game of Heist, of all things, right? And so now, right, once again, we see history repeating itself. Let's see, though, if STMN is finally able to take down Tribe to secure the grand finals. It's going to be all about Ring of Fire. Lou map. You love to see it. Let's see it happen.
I think Tribe Gaming has the upper hand here, in all honesty. When I look at Stamina, I think of a sharpshooter heavy team. Like, you know, the last couple of games are really, really good examples of what Stamina likes to play, how they like to win. You know, run the VOD back, and this is the study course on STMN. STMN. I try to use the letters and I just can't. I'm just gonna say Stamina. But this is really the crash course on how they like to approach the game. And so looking here for the fifth one, I think Tribe has the upper hand, but by no means do I think the green and white are out of it.
Yeah, I think so too. Look at the comparison as far as the percent as well. Once again, 51% to 49%, right? Maybe we're pulling the old numbers still, but I think a lot of people have faith in, STMN, but clearly a lot of people also have faith in Tribe. It's like a negligible difference there. It is clean cut. 2-2 in one set to decide it all here on Hot Zone Ring of Fire. Let's see what brawlers are chosen here. Zulon picking up the Rico that he's so well known for. Zar back on the Stu once again. OG still sticking on the bell. Bobby this time a bit of an unexpected move, gonna be on the roughs.
Okay, I don't hate it. Like when we saw the Amber play, I wasn't really a big fan. This one, I think, makes a little bit more sense. Of course, Zulon wins a duel, and so Bobby will sit down. Totem goes down as well. Zar and OG hanging on for dear life, trying to find Tyrant. Outrange, can't get it done. Dash forward to nothing good. Zulon gets a couple of shots as well, and Tribe Gaming slowly making moves on here, 23-7.
Yup, Tribe Gaming keeping this lead so far. Tyrant with three separate bear traps laid down on the point. OG gonna pick up the power up though, and Tyrant is forced to retreat. OG is going to get rid of these bear traps, but it looks like he bit off a little bit more than he could chew. Getting taken down with a pinch between Corey and Tyrant. STMN still on the back foot here as they're desperately trying to push up on this point. Corey still keeping control on the left lane on Colonel Ruffs. OG picking up the power once again to fight against Tyrant, but see, this is what we saw last time is OG versus Tyrant, and Tyrant came out on top in Heist.
Ooh. Zulon gets the kill after sandwiching the opponent, himself and Corey. That said, Bobby answers back and is able to kind of step up. 37-30 now with $1:18 to go on the clock. OG getting some much needed position points, shortening the lead to just 3%. And we'll pass that 60-second mark. Zar falling down here, but lead change. STMN. I keep saying two N's. Stamina is able to take the lead, as slim as it may be. Zulon lighting up the mid. Bobby trying, OG succeeding again, and Tyrant on the last legs. The biggest push from red team. Squad wipe. and this is a big moment for Stamina.
This is huge. Zar needs to stay in this position. He's got to dig deep in it, dodge all of these shots, and he's gonna actually pull it off. He has all these supers going for the flanks, going for the dodges and the jukes. STMN, they're staying on this point. OG is so low, but he's gonna stay alive. Tyrant's the last member to get rid of. The timer is running out in hot zone, and STMN has the win here. They're taking this to match point.
Insane! OG gets the long-range shots, the sandwich from Zar and OG. The timer will expire as Stamina is 2 points away from 100%. And STMN Esports on the verge of toppling Tribe Gaming in hot zone.
This is I don't know if it's the copious amounts of max energy drink that I've been consuming or whether it's just the exhilaration of this match, but it's like I don't know if I can handle this. STMN, they're so close to victory and Tribe so close to defeat. I think it's gonna be a 1-1 set. Let's take a look at the stat comparison though. OG really clutching up this time. Bobby definitely putting in the work on roughs and getting in those power-ups reliably. And that's when we saw the clutch up, right? OG and Tyrant, as far as kills, right, definitely separate, but deaths, kind of similar, right? 3-4 as far as the comparison there. OG really just helping out on the other lanes and establishing that control at mid.
Here's the big question before we jump in. Do you change your comp either team?
No,
because we've seen them not change comps almost this entire night. So you say no.
Mirror match again is what I say.
That's what I'm here for it. Again, when you're playing at this level, a lot of times you go in saying, all right, this is our best approach. And if you lose, you're like, listen, this is our best approach. I have confidence in it. Like you have to have that mentality, whether you're Tribe Gaming or Stamina. When you're climbing, yeah, sure, maybe you trip, but not here. And so when we're here in the grand finals, 1 away from Stamina, 2 away from a Tribe Gaming victory. Again, folks, Tribe Gaming would be the norm. They've won 3 out of 4 our finals here. The only one they've lost was to IX, the number 2 team. Stamina trying to win this one, looking for basically points here. If they take number 1, this would be the biggest step forward for them that they could possibly take as the number 3 team with the number 2 team knocked out against the number 1 team. This is, when we say the stars align, this is what you asked for. And my friend Anatoly always says luck is the intersection of preparation and opportunity. And so you might got lucky that IX got knocked out, but are you prepared now that you've been given the opportunity? And that's what Stamina is trying to fight for.
Yeah, I mean, I was an Eagle Scout, right? You got to be prepared. That is the Scout motto. Yeah. Well, little known fact about Ready Set. Yeah, but I mean, absolutely, you got to be prepared, right? Luck. I definitely agree with you on that one. There is such a thing as being at the right place at the right time, but you got to be prepared to get yourself there. Let's see what Tribe Gaming is bringing this time. They got Corey on the stew this time. Zulon on the bell. Just like last time. Not the mirror match, though. Why is Zar on Penny? What is going on?
A little confused there.
Yeah.
I guess when it works, we'll find out. And if it doesn't, we'll stay confused. Right now, Tribe Gaming zooming with a quarter already done. Zulon gets a kill on the Penny, and so that'll keep on keeping on. Sandbags come down, trying to help Bobby with Corey. Don't push him out due to low HP, but almost halfway done here for Tribe Gaming, and now, only now,
it's
is
working.
when Stamina's able to step up. There it is.
It's working. The Penny's working. He gets the lane win. Zar taking out the turret as well. Tyrant forced away, and STMN, they're taking back control of mid. Zulon has that power up though, and he has a decisive advantage over OG, and OG falls. Zar has his turret exposed as well. Tribe Gaming with the use of the power up to destroy the wall, though he's still able to put this. Yeah, still able to put this turret down on the left side, and is going to continue to harass Tyrant and outrange him for the rest of this game. The Tribe, they are still zoning up here. Corey just doing absolute work on the right lane.
Zar has been inaccurate with the Penny. It worked for a second. We saw the turret come out. It was real cool, but the shots aren't landing, and that is a big difference from the last time around. 67 to 26. with 1:08 to go. And Tribe Gaming had the lead for a long time until Stamina counterpunched in game number 1. But it wasn't this big of a lead. Tyrant steps forward, takes one down. Corey steps forward. Bobby, though, answers the call. And OG low, powered up.
This is what we need to see.
Dodges one. Yeah, Bobby steps forward, and Stamina's able to look for it.
Okay, OG, bring this back. Come on. STMN, they might be able to bring it back. 35 seconds left. Tribe, though, they're not surrendering the point yet. They're still all alive. Trying to get the kill onto Zar. Zar with Captain's Compass, though, to get some
big kill,
some flames down. A huge kill. And STMN, they might be able to bring this back.
6% to go in order to match what Tribe has, but Tribe has it all. Team wipe. And we are guaranteed, almost, okay, I got ahead of myself. 10 seconds, Bobby gets a kill. Bobby goes down, and now we're guaranteed to go the distance. Set 5, game 3. This one is for all the marbles. Tribe Gaming, bite back.
This is like, I literally cannot, I can't handle it, man. I can't choose a favorite. I can't choose a favorite. I don't know who I want to win. Tribe, El Clasico, the reigning champions, or STMN securing their first monthly final victory after so long trying to achieve this. Look at the comparison between these two. OG went down so many times. I mean, huge difference from game number 1. I just feel like, you know, Penny wasn't really the pick. It was there specifically to counter Ruffs, and yet it just wasn't able to, you know, deal with Ruffs. We saw the wall break, and, you know, even still, Ruffs was still able to, you know, get the kill on Zar. I think Zar was more useful on the Stu. So that's what we need to see.
I agree.
Yeah, and also a complete like turnaround what we saw on Corey. Corey just going absolutely insane on Stu. So who's it gonna be, right? Who's gonna be the one to clutch up? It's only clutches at this point, as we are in a 1-1 set.
Yeah, you know, I started to see the Penny and where it came from, but again, this one comes down to execution for me. He just didn't hit the shots. Zar was like just missing the shots, and you just can't win like that. You know, this is rare territory for Tribe Gaming. I mean, like we said coming into this one, Hot Zone is kind of their world. They win 80% of the time when they're on Hot Zone. Let me say it again, 80% of the time when they're on Hot Zone. And Tribe, nowhere close to that, like under half. And so this is, or excuse me, Stamina, nowhere half. So like, this is an uphill battle for Stamina, but they put themselves in a good position to kind of take hold. I don't know if I want to see the Penny a second time. I wouldn't be offended, but I am happier it's the Stu. Ruffs, Stu, Bell, Ruffs, Bell, Stu. The mirror match, but not the mirror lanes. And so...
Okay, 2 minutes 40 seconds to decide who is going to be the July NA champion, and it's anyone's game. The percentages are nearly equal so far. Bobby's looking to farm up this first super on the right lane, but he doesn't want to get too overzealous. Corey is going to start getting so aggressive once he picks up that first super, and well, we saw how that went last game. Zulon, though, really getting stuffed back by OG. We got to see some good prediction skills from OG to get these hits onto Zulon while he's hiding the bush. Zulon, now it seems like the roles have reversed. OG now all the way in the back, misses the damage amplifier. Zulon, though, at risk of going down. We got to see one more shot onto Zulon, and this is going to be an STMN Esports lead, though Tribe Gaming leading by just a few percent.
Tough stuff there for Corey, chased out. 30% and rising here for Tribe Gaming compared to Stamina's 19. I wouldn't say they have overwhelming control, though, as OG steps up. Corey low HP, and Ruffs puts him to 0, opening the door for OG and the Colonel. Control now, reaching that tie, and then some. Stamina slowly ticking above Tribe Gaming now, and Corey's back in the right lane.
Yep, so close here. Corey, once again, trying to actually not go for the right lane, going for mid, and needs to get that kill on OG. OG, he's too elusive, though. Does manage to escape with that damage amplifier hanging over his head, but he also has that power up. Bobby needs to get the next one up quickly. Zulon just standing on the point at whatever intervals he can to try and advance things forward. Now nearing the 60% mark, Zulon will try and get rid of some of these bear traps. Tyrant also pitching in to help. Zar, though, he does pick up the kill and doesn't go down as well to Corey. STMN Esports back on mid, trying to close things up.
20% just about separating our two teams. Stamina trying desperately to get back into the game. OG and Bobby kind of have control. Corey steps up though, 2 shots chase OG out of it. Zar dodging, weaving, falling. It's a 10% game or less. Bobby and OG still maintaining control of the mid. Kobe on the clock, and Tribe Gaming step forward. 80% for the blue team. Tyrant takes down Zar, and we're down to the last few seconds. But OG kicks the door open and steps forward onto the point.
Oh my
10%,
gosh!
10 seconds. Stamina Esports step forward. They're owning it. Zar gets the kill. Bobby's alive. 3 seconds left, and Stamina are your BSC champions of July.
Oh my gosh, STMN with their first ever BSC win this year. Congratulations to the boys in green, Bobby, OG,